But first tonight, is your house making you and your family sick? Incredibly, up to 1 in every 3 homes is infested with dangerous mould. And tonight, one of the most shocking cases we've seen, where a potentially deadly strain known as the Black Monster has spread throughout the entire home. David Richardson has the story.
Absolutely disgusting. It stinks, constantly stinks. It's embarrassing. I feel dirty. I know, and I don't like my little girl having to live like this.
The insidious growth that's harming this mother and child. Black mould growing on walls and behind gyprock, releasing toxic gas, mycotoxins, which can act like nerve gas, and spreading potentially dangerous spores.
Mould is toxic, pathogenic and allergenic.
Nettie Shepherd and her 9-year-old daughter Shelby have lived in this 3-bedroom public housing home for almost 9 years. She had no idea there were mould problems until her shower started leaking and the skirting board fell off the wall.
Okay, Dave, this is where it all started.
Oh my God.
Look at that. Lovely, isn't it?
What's all that black stuff?
It's mould.
Recent torrential rains followed by blistering hot days are the perfect recipe for dangerous mould. In Nettie's house, rain has leaked inside behind the walls and the shower stall is leaking also, creating havoc. Nettie Shepherd is the first to admit she's not the world's best housekeeper, that she's battling an impossible enemy, one that's growing largely unseen under floors and behind walls. And she knows exactly how it's affecting her.
Everywhere I get sores all over me, my feet, my legs, you see that? And these, and they eat into my skin, it's scarred for life.
Her legs, arms and feet are covered with these festering sores. Do you believe your illnesses are caused by mould?
Definitely believe it, because it's got to be. Sometimes I could be sitting there and I'll just fall asleep. But my memory, it's getting really bad. It's really getting to me.
To check if Nettie's house was indeed badly contaminated, Today Tonight invited mould experts from Mycolab to take comprehensive tests. The company is Australia's leading environmental consultancy and lab in mycology. A mycologist inspected every room in the house before taking samples in petri dishes and microscope slides, each sample carefully labelled and sealed. At the same time, taking air samples looking for airborne mould spores. They can be inhaled, or mycotoxin can penetrate through the skin. For anyone with a pre-existing lung condition, both can be extremely dangerous.
We have a level 4 contamination, which means there is a severe possibility for health effects. People can get extremely sick from it.
Dr. Heike Newmaster-Kemp is a world-recognised mycologist or mould expert. She analysed all the samples taken from Nettie's house. Her findings are shocking. The highest level of contamination there is in this country.
The mould that we found is partially what you call black molds, like Chaetomium. They are very high off-gassing in mycotoxins, so there is a very high amount of toxins now coming from behind the wall.
Dr. Kemp has no doubt about the health impacts of mould, and they sound very familiar.
All the flu-like symptoms and the rashes and the memory loss, those are the main symptoms of mycotoxin exposure.
So she's not making this up?
No, of course not.
Nettie has complained to the housing department, who accused her of running an escort agency out of this mould-infested home.
There's no escort agency in here. It's a brothel from the standards of living, but it's not it's just a health problem. This is disgusting.
Is it a health risk for those people there?
Absolutely. I would strongly recommend that they vacate the property and that the mould gets cleaned up.
So the bottom line is, you just want out.
Oh, yeah, I want out, that's for sure. I want out, and no one should be moving in here.